live on all of these. Okay. All right. So we are live. Let me make sure that everything's caught up here and we are going, because I don't see that we are live yet. On Facebook anyways. I'm still waiting for it to pull up on our Facebook page and make sure that everything's looking good on there. Okay. That one more time, you guys. We are getting ready here. We'll give it a little bit of a second. All right, here we go. Hey everyone, thank you for joining us again. It's another Monday, which means it's time for another Monday Caregiver Check-In. My name's Darren Fink, and I'm gonna introduce these ladies here in a little bit. I'm with Transfiguring Adoption. Every Monday, we carve aside an hour to give you, adoptive parents and foster parents, professionals, and those concerned time to talk and just connect with each other to make it through another week of successfully taking care of your kiddos. So this is your time. I do have to tell you the small print, which is we are not medical advice. We are not legal advice. We are not telling you to do anything contrary to what your agency says or what other professionals in your life might be saying. All that to say, as we jokingly say, please don't sue us. We don't have any money, so don't go after us. We're just trying to help you guys make it through another week and give you hope. So thank you so much. As you know, if you are a regular on the Caregiver Check-In, the way this works is we will start talking and we'll have a topic and begin discussing things, but we want you guys to kind of steer things, and we want you to give us your questions, give us your comments, and let us know what you want to talk about, because this is your time, and we will stop and talk about whatever you need us to. So yeah, let us know. I'm going to go ahead and introduce these gals. And as I'm getting ready to, if you are watching, I see Christina has joined us already. Hey, Christina, good to have you here again. If you guys are joining in with us, as people are rolling in, go ahead and share this on your Facebook page so that other people will come and join us and hang out with us tonight. We got some more folks that are rolling in. Since we got more folks rolling in, why don't we go ahead and real quick, why don't we do a question? I want you guys to hit the heart button if you really enjoy reading a good book at the end of the day. And I want you to hit the wow button if you would rather end the day with a good movie. So I want to see either heart buttons for books or wow buttons for a movie. So let's see those. And while you guys are doing that, there's a little bit of a lag, so we will wait for that. But I'm going to go ahead and introduce these gals real quick. Laura has been on the show before, so I'll go ahead and introduce her. She is also with Transfiguring Adoption. She is co-facilitator of our Fostering the Village group, which currently just meets down in Southern Illinois. It meets once a month. How you doing, Laura?
Great. Thank you for having me on here.
Yeah, we had fun with you last time, so we got some feedback on you right now. But I'm gonna mute you a little bit because we got some fuzz coming from you. But thanks for being on here. And the other person I want to introduce us to is Carrie Goldman. Carrie is an author. She has written some amazing books from the Jazzy's Quest series. We have those on our website that we've reviewed, and they've gotten rave reviews. So yeah, Carrie, hi, how are you doing? Oh. Carrie, can you hear me? Hello. Let's see. Carrie, are you able to hear me? Oh, I'm not sure if she's able to hear me. I think her video might have frozen. Hey, Laura, you think it looks like her video is frozen?
It looks that way.
It looks that way? Well, let's see. Yep, Carrie. Oh, she is there, it looks like. Let me get that real quick. So, Laura, what would you rather do? What would you rather do as far as ending the day? Would you rather end the day with a book, or would you rather end the day with a movie?
I usually end my day with a book.
With a book. Anything particular you like?
Yes. No, I'm in a couple of different book clubs, and I've got books all over the house where I typically find myself my recliner, in the and my bed, at my table where my computer is. I have books all over the place, and they're all different.
Fantastic.
I'm reading The Connected Child in one room.
That's a really good book.
This book and another one. It is a really good book.
And that one's by Karen Purvis.
The Connected Child, yes.
Yeah. So how many times have you read through that book?
Embarrassingly enough, this is actually my first.
Hey, Carrie. We'll try that again, see if that works out okay. Looks like we're having a little bit of internet lagging here. That's okay. We're going to keep moving forward and try. So Carrie has written some amazing books called the Jazzy's Quest series. They're on our website, like I was saying. They have gotten amazing reviews. They're just a lot of fun. And one thing that I usually tell people a lot is that not only are they good books, but they offer a chance for foster and adoptive kids to have some normalcy, as Jazzy, the heroine of the book, is adopted. It also allows, they're good stories. So it's not like, and I'm just saying this, I feel, Carrie, like the books are a story first and written well, and then they have the characters in it that are helping our kids from foster care and adoption feel normalcy. So I feel like they're great stories, and they're just really good for families.
Well,
yeah, go ahead. Yeah, Carrie, what?
So it's interesting because I'm sorry, there's a real lag.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so when our daughter was as a baby, but had spent time, we found a child. Books that talked about being wanted by your parents. Books that talked about what it was like feel loved and what happened with our daughter, more like age 8, 9, or 10, a lot of pain, adoption-related trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And we couldn't find any books that from the point of view of a young adult, the chapter book crew, or the middle grade. And she needed something. And so Juliet Bond and I decided we looked through the whole market and found nothing. And decided we needed to sort of fill this hole.
Right. And I feel like you guys did feel a hole. I feel like I don't feel like that there is a lot of books out there that are about our kids, or where our kids can see themselves. So I feel like it has filled a hole.
Well, and interestingly, in our first book, a lot of the focus was just letting the protagonist say, I feel different. You know, I'm not sure who I am. I'm not like family. You know, she goes through that journey to a 10-year-old. Feel different from the people who love her. And we move. There's a lag. Sorry.
You're fine.
When we moved to the second book, explore some of the behaviors common foster kids.
Mm-hmm.
So we had Jazzy struggle with telling lies. And you know wanting to fit in, and the pro-social way to
It's true. There is a lot more in the second book with dealing with behaviors and different things like that. I feel like it does open up a dialogue and a conversation too, just for.
Hold on.
I feel like it opens. I feel like it opens up a conversation for our families to be able just to talk about what's normal and what our kids are going through. Again, at Transfiguring Adoption, we just really have a lot of fun with the whole idea, not the idea, I guess, using bibliotherapy. And as far as with bibliotherapy, just being able to talk about issues and problems without actually having to go to your kiddo and saying, here's what we're going to talk about. We can go to books and talk about books and different things. So, yeah, I feel like Jazzy's quest is great with that.
I feel like a key thing to take the shame out of this.
Mm-hmm.
So allow kids to see that just because they may lie or steal food or engage in some of these behaviors, that doesn't mean that they're bad kids.
Right,
they
exactly.
Just have to learn another way. And that's why Jazzy is our hero. Because you can be both.
Right. And I feel like I feel like people need to read these books. So without going too much into the books, I feel like it's something that people need to go through and they need to read and take a look at it. Look at that. There it is. The funny part is I had the pictures on there until our program glitched on us before we started and I lost it all. That's book number 1, Adopted and Amazing.
Here's the second one.
Absolutely. What matters most. They're both phenomenal. One thing that I think people are going to appreciate is, especially with all the Star Wars craze still coming, and here living in Orlando, we have Galaxy's Edge at Disney that's going to be opening up at some point. So Star Wars is still very much, I mean, I don't think it ever died really, but we have Jazzy's very into Star Wars. So it's very cool. It's very cool, and all the references are there, and you can get into that. And it's, I mean, she's a fandom kid, so it's very neat. Very cool.
There's, there were a few ideas we were trying to explore. My co-author, Juliet Bond, does a lot of amazing work in areas of gender equality and being able to advocate for non-white protagonists in books. And so there was a lot of thoughtfulness in making Jazzy a transracial adoptee, a girl who loves Star Wars. Like we were trying to really not stick with stereotypes.
And I really appreciate the transracial part, because I feel like that's definitely, in America anyways, that's a difficult situation where you don't have a lot of books where kids can go to, especially in the age range that you're giving these books for? Or what age range would you say that your books are for?
Well, it depends on how a child reads. Quite frankly, my kids all have read and enjoyed it from the ages of 7 up to like 13, 14. But that's because my 7-year-old was able to read on a more advanced level.
Right.
I'd say the processing level is more like third, fourth, fifth.
Right.
Because Jazzy is great.
Words are sophisticated.
Very cool. And I feel like, I don't know, Laura, do you have any, you haven't had to have any, have you had any times where you've needed to have transracial resources? I mean, you lead a support group, so you have a lot of folks in your support group. I realize it's Southern Illinois and it's rural and not the most diverse culturally, but are you finding that people are looking for transracial resources or different things like that and having a difficult time finding them?
I'm not sure that I've ever specifically been asked, but I know there are several families either adopting domestically through foster care or international adoption that end up in a multiracial family, and we are kind of we like versus Southern Illinois.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think it's becoming more common. I mean, I look at my children's eyes, and they're all in elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
And we see several multiracial families. So I'm grateful that they have that exposure. And I appreciate reading the review on Jazzy's Quest. Because my two adopted ones are 6 and 7. So I know the wheels are going to start turning, and the questions will start coming. So I'm glad there's a book there that we can use.
Yes, yes.
Well, and I know here in Orlando, I know that we are actually, all of my children adopted out of foster care are Caucasian, which is just the way the cards fell. It's so neat here because we are actually in the minority. So it's really interesting to see that. And even when we lived in Knoxville, it was interesting because I remember my youngest son coming home one day and saying that he met some other kids in the neighborhood that were adopted. And he said, I think they're adopted. And we're like, you think they're adopted? How do you think they're adopted? He's like, I don't know. I just think they're adopted. And we're like, so my wife went down the street to go, because he kept saying, you got to meet their dad. You got to meet their dad so that we can play more. You got to meet their. So she goes down the street to meet the dad. The two boys are Caucasian. The dad is obviously African-American. And so later on at home, we're like, you think they're adopted? You think they're adopted? Like, of course they're adopted. You can tell by the skin pigmentation they're adopted. So it was just funny. But there's nothing but I remember reading Jazzy's Quest, actually, the second book during that time, and just thinking this is really cool for the families that have transracial, that have been made through transracial circumstances. And it's just really neat that it, I just think it's fun that it makes things normal, because our kids are so worried about being normal all the time, and they're in a very abnormal situation. And so they are always comparing themselves to their other peers and different things like that. But a book books like these make them say, hey, no, look, there's this girl in this book and she's just like me. What do you guys think? And I'm as people are still joining in here, what does that do for kids if you can make things normal? What does that do for kids?
Well, I feel like my kid
is older. She's actually 15.
15.
And I think that for her of adoptees or transracial adoptees or foster kids is just fun literature. That
Okay, I think I missed that. I think there's a bad lag, I think, over here.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. Yeah, but Laura, you know too, like with a support group, what does that do? And other people that are watching too, if you want to comment or ask questions, we're dealing with some lag issues here right now. What is it with an online support group without some technical difficulties, right? What does it do for you when your kids can watch a movie or see a book and they finally see?
Well, I feel like my kids